Hi friends, welcome to your mats and welcome to the third session, 3 of 6 of our Yoga to Support Trauma. As a reminder, trauma is a lasting emotional response to a distressing, a scary, a frightening situation, an event that's difficult to cope with. There are 3 subcategories to trauma. One being acute, which is a singular event. The second being chronic, which is repetitive over time, may not be as significant, or it can be, but it is repeated. And the last one is complex. This is a traumatic event or an event that pertains to a grouping of people. So whether you have smaller traumas or are doing this proactively to support yourself and have resources, or you've been through something that you are actively working through, this class will help you. Little side note, you may hear some pitter-pattering. I always keep my door open for my dogs to come in this room while I'm filming for trauma, because animals have been shown, many studies have shown, that having your animal, your pets, your family around you is a way to activate your parasympathetic system to help you feel calm and at ease. So you may see some cameos from Daisy or Rita, or hear them like scratching themselves off to the side. That's intentional. I welcome in my pets, and I hope you do as well. And so my friends, today's practice is all about supporting us with insomnia. I think everyone at some point has dealt with difficulty either falling asleep or staying asleep, and it can be for many reasons. In this situation, when we look at trauma, we think of people that push through during the day and keep themselves so busy so they don't have to process and feel those feelings, and then at nighttime, subconsciously or consciously, those emotions flood our body. It could also just be living in your sympathetic for so long, it's difficult for your body to engage in the parasympathetic rest and digest. And so this class will be a very simple one, a few poses that we hold for longer to allow you to really drop in. When we're in these postures, this class is a mixture of yin and restore, so a little gentler than your average yin class, intentionally, so that you can focus less on your physical setup and more on just dropping in, knowing that these postures can look differently in everyone's body. They should look differently in everybody's body. The only props that we will need for today as an option to allow you to soften even more is a bolster or a large pillow, preferably rectangular in shape. Think of a pillow for your bed rather than a throw pillow that's square, but if that's what you have, you use what you got. You don't need a block, but if you would like one, as we start with meditation and dropping in, you are welcome to get yourself a block and to sit on the block to allow your hips to be higher than your knees, which will also allow your pelvic bowl to tip forward, allowing your spine to be long, to sit up tall. And so if you don't have a block, you can sit on, whether it's a book or anything elevated, you can also sit on your bolster or your pillows. I like to start off with a block under just to really ground down and have a strong connection to the root chakra, to the sit bones. And so find the foot in front that feels most comfortable. We all have one shin in front that feels better than the other. Find the one that suits you. If you're not elevated, no worries. Just notice if your spine is rounding, and if possible, lean it back. And then invite in a little sway side to side. A roll of the neck. And eventually settle. Sitting up tall, relax your shoulders. Notice if you're tightening or clenching your jaw. If you are, let it go. Let the eyes softly blink shut as the forehead relaxes. Today's breathing technique is going to be a style called Viloma breath. So Viloma breathing is interrupted. You can interrupt the breath on the inhale or the exhale. Today we're going to be interrupting it midway through the exhale. So to begin, let's exhale all the air out. Inhale for a 3 count. And then as you exhale, release halfway for 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Once again, inhale for 3. Halfway release for 3, 2, 1. Pause. Release all air, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3. Halfway release for 3, 2, 1. Pause. Release the rest of the way, 3, 2, 1. Keep going on your own. So as you're here breathing, we're going to use this as the beginning of our meditation. So listen to my words, but don't hyperfocus. The thought of not leaning too much into any sensation, any sense, is pratyahara, so it's the sense withdrawal. But I want to share this style of breathing and how it can support you. So firstly, anytime your exhale is longer than your inhale, it slows the heart rate down, which lets you feel gentler, calmer, meltier in your body. Also, with the pause halfway through, it keeps you intentional on letting go, but it gives you control as well. That's a metaphor for this class. When we focus more on the exhale than the inhale, we gain control back in how we move. Right? Naturally, your body's going to breathe in. We need to. We do this without thinking. It just happens. But the exhale, having control over it, allows us to tap into slowing down, being intentional, being softer, being slower with the letting go. We have a few more breaths here. Enjoy another round here with this Viloma breathing style. And then once you do finish, just breathe naturally. Don't force it, don't shift it, just breathe. And take your hands in front of you and rub them back and forth, creating a little friction, a little heat. Our intention for today's class is I am relaxed and prepared for a deep sleep. I am relaxed and prepared for a deep sleep. I am relaxed and prepared for a deep sleep. Once your hands feel warm in the palms, I invite you to slow it down. Place your palms over your eyes, fingertips towards the forehead. Breathing naturally, allowing the world around you to get dark, to turn inward. Repeating the intention. I am relaxed and ready for a deep sleep. I invite you to repeat this mantra to yourself slowly 7 times. Once you finish repeating the intention or mantra for today, let your hands fall to your lap. Take a breath in. Breathe out. My friends, if you're on props, slowly come off your prop. Meet in a tabletop position. Moving slow in this class. And then from your tabletop position, if you have any other props or things in your way, move them off to the side. Make sure that you are dressed comfortably so that you're warm but not too hot. You feel comfortable. And then once physically you're comfortable and ready, come into this tabletop pose. Crawl your hands a handprint more forward. As you inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Send your right arm out, either straight out like a T, or cactus your arm. Just make sure if you cactus, your elbow is slightly higher up your mat than your shoulder blade is. Okay, so once you find your arm shape that works, your left hand comes just outside your left rib cage. Bend into your left knee. Roll onto your right side body and let your left foot land on the earth. You can keep your left hand in front of your torso for stability. Or you can take a half bind, bringing your left forearm to your low back. This posture, broken wing, is a beautiful opening of the heart. It also puts a little pressure near the scapula and the rhomboids, your back body right here, which when we come out of it will soften. There's a little restriction here to soften later. Allow your right temple and cheek to melt into the earth and soften. Few more breaths here. And whenever you feel ready to move on, move slowly. If you took a half bind, bring your left hand towards your chest. Extend the left leg long and slowly roll to your belly. When you arrive, Sphinx pose is where we will meet as our rebound. You open the right shoulder, so this round, let's drop the left ear to the left shoulder to continue to open the right side of our body. Drop your chin towards your chest. Let your head be heavy. Slowly bring your gaze back forward. Exhale, let it go. Shifting over slightly to the right side of your mat, if you are limited in space, extend your left arm out, either cactus or straight out. Right hand comes by your ribs, bend into the right knee, and roll on over to your left side body. Maybe you stack the right leg on top of the left, or perhaps you bend into the right knee and place the foot on the floor. Maybe one side that feels more open or tight. Just notice what you need on this side. The left and right sides don't have to look exactly alike in this shape. Think more of the sensation. Go for a similar sensation, a similar intensity, regardless of what it looks like. If you want to take the half bind with the right arm, take it. If you want to leave the right hand in front of your torso, leave it there. Close the eyes. I am relaxed and ready for a deep sleep. Couple more breaths on this side. place your right hand in front of your body. If you bent the right knee behind you, stack it on the left. Roll to your belly. Sphinx pose. When you arrive in Sphinx, drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Drop the chin to your chest. Either finding stillness or gently roll left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Right ear, right shoulder. Chin to chest. One more each side. And then bring your chin back down. Let your head get really heavy. Press your shoulders back towards your hips. 2 breaths. Inhale. We'll bring your gaze forward. Walk your hands by your ribs. Lower your torso down. Then press your hands down, lift on up. Our next posture is one of my favorites. It's legs up the wall. You can do it with a bolster or pillow under your hips, or if you have a wall handy, I'll show you how to get into it this way. But first, if you have a bolster, I'll set this one up so that you can see. You'll place your bolster or your pillow across your mat. Bring it down to your low back and lie back. And then when you get to your back, bend your knees, place your feet down, lift the hips to slide the bolster a little lower down your sacrum. Lift your legs up to the sky. And so with the prop under your hips, you're going to, again, tip your pelvic bowl forward so that your legs can either be straight over hips or slightly turn in towards your face. If your legs are reaching away from you, your hip flexors and your core are engaged. We don't want that for this pose. We want to be gentle. You can do the same setup against a wall or without props. You will move them off to the side. And so the setup of this against the wall is not the most beautiful to get into, but bear with me. Come close to the wall with your hip. Lie on back. Swing your legs up the wall. Your booty doesn't have to be like right up against the wall here. So in this pose, if you are against a wall, it is okay for your heels to be pushing away from you rather than straight over hips or towards your face, because we have the wall there to brace you so that your hip flexors can relax and that your belly can soften. From here, close the eyes. Try to widen the shoulders rather than tucking them under. Widen them. Maybe your hands come out like a T or cactus. And close the eyes. This pose is my favorite for many reasons and for many opportunities. If you are on your feet a lot and your feet get swollen or your ankles get swollen, if you're coming off of a long plane ride or you're physically active, running a lot, this pose will help with swelling in the toes, the ankles. It's also really nice to alleviate depression and anxiety. It's a very grounding posture where you can feel weightless. It helps with restless leg syndrome. That can also impact your insomnia if you can't get comfortable and you're fidgeting in bed. And it also helps with insomnia. It naturally asks you to slow your breath, dropping the heart rate down. You might start to notice a little bit of tingling or twitching. Sometimes in the toes or at the top of the foot, you might see the veins a little more definitively. If your heels are against a wall, you might feel some pulsing sensation in your hamstrings, the back of your thighs. Those are all good. Those are byproducts of this posture, so just sit with it. I am relaxed and ready for a deep sleep. Enjoy 3 more breaths in this posture. There is absolutely no reason to rush out of any posture. If this one is still serving you well, stay exactly as you are. However, if you're ready to move on, if you're on your props, let your feet land on the earth. Press your feet down to lift the hips and remove your props. If you're with me against the wall, let your legs swing over to one side. Bend them as you go. Let them drop. And slowly press into your top hands. You come up. Tabletop pose. From tabletop, extend right leg back, toes tucked. Just press your heel away from you. And you can lean forward and back, knowing the more you press the heel away from you, the more of a calf stretch you'll get. You can even bend and straighten the leg. Other side, left leg back, toes on the earth, swing forward and back. Bending into the knee. So the journal prompts that we will work through today, you might think about them in our next pose as we take a pretty grounding, rooting pose. The journal prompts I'll be asking you to think of for this class this week are 3 affirmations that encourage feelings. Bring your both knees down, sway side to side for a few breaths. 3 affirmations that encourage positive feelings. Maybe you have some short phrases, affirmations that every time you hear them, every time you say them, bring positivity. I have some personal ones that are maybe 3 or 4 words long that I repeat to myself when the going gets tough. And so once you lock in those 3 affirmations that bring you positive feelings, I invite you to repeat them as you would with the intention, with the mantra. But I also ask that for the next week, you repeat these mantras every single morning and as often as you can throughout the day. Maybe even writing the 3 affirmations down and leaving that journal open next to your bed. So when you wake up, rather than reaching for your phone, you reach for the journal, you read them, you repeat them to start your day on a positive note. Okay, friends, grab a hold of your pillow or bolster, bring it in front of you the long way, going into an old favorite that is a common posture in many restorative poses, classes, child's pose. Take your knees to straddle the prop, the pillow, the bolster, and shimmy it down a little bit if you want, and then walk your forearms down. I invite you to start with your left cheek on the bolster, looking towards the right, and I'll cue you halfway through to switch and turn the other cheek. Now let your chest with the side of your left face land on the bolster. Perhaps your belly touches the bolster. It's okay if it doesn't. And energetically send your hips back towards your heels. You might feel a little stretching sensation in the low back or on the lumbar spine. The erector spinae is relaxing here, softening. And as you drift away, reminding yourself that you are relaxed and ready for deep sleep, and repeat the 3 positive affirmations. Turn the other cheek when you're ready. We bring your chin forward for a breath. And walk your hands closer to your body. Lift yourself up. And as you come upright, sit back on your heels. Roll your shoulders a few times. Sway your neck from side to side, forward and back. And then allow your chin to be parallel to the earth. Take a breath in. Let it go. Shimmy your props so that your bolster, your pillows are going horizontally. Sit on back. And place the bolster blocks towards the top of your mat. Shimmy your booty upwards, just behind it, and place your feet on your pillow or bolster. Bring your soles of feet to touch. So you're in this seated butterfly posture. Take a breath here. Notice what it feels like as you open up the hips. And then as you exhale, lower down to your back. Place one hand on your belly. Place another hand over your heart. Walk your shoulders out from under you so that you have as much contact of your back body on the earth as possible. I am relaxed and ready for rest. to move on, take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to your outer thighs, close them like a book. And then roll over to the right side. Let your bottom right arm support your head for just a moment, fetal posture. Press into your left hand, rise up. And then keep the bolster somewhat similar to where it's at, but just slide it back. So it might be easiest to come to tabletop, shimmy the bolster back a little bit, and then bring your hands on the other side of the bolster. Extend your legs long. Let the bolster land under your belly. Untuck your toes. And then crocodile pose, take one forearm on top of the other. You might stay upright, so you'll probably immediately feel pulsing in your belly. If you want it to go a little deeper, drop your forehead down to your top arm. Let your heart melt, let your shoulders soften, and let your heels splay out to the sides, relaxing the backs of your legs and glutes. Now in this pose, I do invite you to take more intentional inhales. So really fill up as you breathe in. Softly surrender as you let go. You're theoretically massaging out your organs with each breath here. You have a little pressure under the belly. This is great for digestion, calming an upset belly, whether it's with stress or worry. And then repeating to yourself your intention: I am relaxed and ready for deep sleep. All is well and I am supported.
into your hands. Lift the torso, not too high, we're just rolling on over, keep the props as they are. As you lie back, we want the bolster to sit a little higher than where it was for that legs up the wall. So you want it at your low back. You can keep your knees bent, knock knee, or if you would like, extend the legs long and bring your arms overhead. All is well, and I am supported. If for any reason this supported bridge isn't serving you today, you can roll off the prop and take more of a Shavasana style mountain brook posture. But if it suits you, I invite you to remain here for a gentle Yoga Nidra release. We will end class on our backs, so if you are feeling dropped in and wish to remain after class is over, no need to get up, no need to physically move, just be. As you lie back here, pay extra attention to the sole of your right foot. Relax the sole of the right foot. Notice the right toes. Soften the toes. Be mindful of the top of right foot and the ankle. Into your next exhale, release any tension there. Right shin, right calf, right knee. Relax the right thigh, front and back, side to side. The right hip, the right side body, the right back body, right shoulder, right side of your chest, your right upper arm, elbow, forearm, the back of your right hand, your fingers, soften your right palm, travel back on up to the right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, notice your left upper arm and elbow, your left forearm and back of hand, your left fingertips, left palm of hand, and traveling back to the left side of your chest, your left shoulder, the back of your neck, back of your head, your skull, the crown of your head, your forehead, your temples, your eyes and eye sockets, your cheeks, your nose, your lips, your chin. Relax your jaw. Swallow into the back of your throat and then soften it. Your heart center, upper belly and ribs, lower belly, pelvic and reproductive space, left side body, left hip, left upper thigh, front, back, and sides. Your left knee, your left shin and calf, your left heel, ankle, top of foot. Soften your toes, left sole of foot. And traveling both sides of your body from your toes to the crown of your head. Imagining a white light surrounding yourself as if it were protecting you. And as you exhale, soften every part of your body. You are supported, you are protected, you are relaxed and ready for a deep sleep. My friends, I invite you to linger here longer, perhaps snooze, drift off into sleep. I wish you all so much love, kindness, compassion, lots of restful sleep, beautiful dreams, and awakening to 3 positive affirmations. This I wish for each and every one of you. Namaste.